Hello, my name is Peter Parfitt and welcome to the New Brick Workshop and this CNC part of my video about building this little garden stool or garden table. And you can see I've blinged it up a bit with this, a little bit of detail here. This is part of the clip art that came with a spire, and I've even put a little bit of a decoration on the end here. There's a screw about to go in through there and ditto at this end. But the top, I'm going to have this as a sort of natural wavy look top. And this is the top, and it's going to go on this way up. So it's a rough piece of oak, it's not been planed. But as you can probably understand, when it goes on there, it's not going to sit down evenly. So what I need to do is to somehow flatten the underside. Now, as this is a CNC-centric video, I need to tell you about a webinar that's happening on the 18th of May, and I'm going to be in it. And it's being run by the Vectric company, and they're the absolute experts in CNC software. But I've set them a challenge, and the challenge is to make a shoehorn like this wholly on the CNC. So stay tuned to the end to hear what they've got to say. Now, in order to create these scrolls, which are at either end here, I created a job in a spire which showed both pieces of wood joined together on the bed of the CNC. That way I was able in one toolpath to create all four, this end and the other end, all four of those scrolls. Now these scrolls are fairly easy to do, and I used a series of arcs, created one line and then another series of arcs which closely followed those with the same start and end point. And I then created an engraving toolpath using a 60-degree V cutter, and you can see the 3D view now. Now don't forget to save your toolpath. Now for this centerpiece, obviously I had to get the initial job size done, and I've used a piece of the clip art with a spire, and it is a flourish, and it's got a number. It's 202-58151, so you can find it easily. And the first thing then to do is to create a roughing toolpath, and I used a 1/4-inch bullnose cutter to do the roughing. And after that I did the finishing toolpath using an 1/8 of an inch bullnose cutter. And you can see the 3D view, and when it went to the CNC you can see now just how lovely that detail has come out. Now when it came to the top, I knew the size of my top, so that came in at the very beginning, and then I created a drawing of the shape that we have here at the top of the frame, except my drawing that I did in a spire is 1.5 millimeters wider in each direction. And then once that was done, I created a pocket toolpath, and I used a 1/4-inch spiral upcut cutter, which in the 3D view you can see it. And I've located this on the bed of my CNC using the pegs, which you probably already know I've got fitted like so. And I've put some little wedges under here, little bits of plastic actually, and they're just there to stop that moving. And I'm now going to clamp that down in place. You can probably see that I'm clamping this down very carefully to try and ensure that it stays absolutely stable whilst I'm cutting it. And here is the finished result, and that is the perfect shape for my top, and when it fits on it doesn't wobble at all. That is absolutely spot on. Now there is one final video in this series. It's how I do the finishing. I'm going to do something rather interesting to the top, but I'm borrowing some kit to do that and it hasn't arrived yet, and then I'm going to finish it with some outdoor Osmo. So that's it on my CNC work. Now let's go over to Todd Bailey from the Vectric company to hear about the 18th of May.
What a fun challenge you set out for me. I had a great time with this, and I can't wait to show you what I've come up with. But more importantly, I can't wait to tell you how long it took. Any of you out there that are watching this and don't know what I'm talking about, Peter will be part of a Vectric YouTube live event on May the 18th, 2021 at 5 p.m. British Summer Time, where he'll be sharing with our audience a ton of different practical uses for his CNC that he has come up with for use in his shop for all kinds of different projects. But one of the ones that he uses or that he creates is a shoehorn, where he takes a block of wood and, using his software and his CNC, he scribes on the side of this block of wood the profiles for a shoehorn, brings it over to his bandsaw and cuts those out on his bandsaw, and then, using traditional woodworking tools and processes, he carves that down into a beautiful shoehorn that's customized and everything else. Really quite fantastic and beautiful thing. But he's challenged me, or us, to create one fully on our CNC. And I think I've done that part for sure, because it's right here. This is the shoehorn that I cut on our CNC. Turned out really quite nice. I'm really quite proud of it. But just whether or not I actually got it in the time that he had asked me to attempt to fit it into, the 2 hours, the 120 minutes. And for you to find out, there's a couple different ways. You can come and view the YouTube live event live when it happens, or you can go over to Vectric's YouTube channel and watch the recorded event. Now, at the point that the live event is finished, not only will you know how to make one of these, you'll also have the files for free, along with some of the other files that Peter is going to be offering through our event, all fully downloaded through your V&Co account. So if you're a customer of Vectric, you can have this and you can make this on your own, customize it even just like Peter's. Peter, thanks a lot for the challenge. It was a lot of fun, and I really can't wait to share with you how I took your drawings and convert them into something like this that can totally cut on your CNC with only a little teeny bit of handwork on the end to sand off some of the edges. Come on over to our channel and check it out.
Many thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.